How good is actually your body language during competition? When I go to sports venues and watch players and athletes, this is something that's incredibly fascinating for me as a mental coach, working together with athletes. When watching the players, the athletes, how they actually act and how they react in certain moments and situations. And you can see actually pretty quickly if someone is very confident and positive and has a positive mindset, or if he or she is rather negative in this specific moment. Listen, for example, to one of the most successful tennis players in history, Rafael Nadal, what he says about the importance of body language.
I don't think I've ever seen you as calm as you were tonight in a Grand Slam final. Even in the first set, there were a lot of deuce games, a lot of break points. When you didn't win them, you didn't seem frustrated. There was no body language. How'd you get so calm?
No, I was not calm. No, I was nervous, but all the body language that is not in a positive way is stupid to make it, because it's going against you. So it's one of the things that I try to do all my life, that the body language helps me not go against me, because it's one of the things that depends on just on me, not on the opponent. So it was not the day to have a negative body language, completely the opposite, and just to accept all the moments. When you play a Grand Slam final, that you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna miss probably some opportunities with the break points. I missed a couple of returns. He played well, but that's part of the game. And
so, as we just heard from Rafael Nadal at the US Open 2017, body language is incredibly important in sports, not only in tennis, but in general, and has an enormous impact on our performance. And in today's video, I want to make a deep dive and see what actually is so important about body language. What can we do about it? And at the end of the video, I want to share some tips with you how you can improve your body language in your future competitions. So when you reflect on yourself and your body language, how was it, for example, with your last competition? Did you have the feeling your body language was rather positive or negative? And how do you actually identify this? So I think it's pretty obvious when someone is rather negative. What can we see? Head goes down, the eyes go down, shoulders hang down, and the whole body feels like heavy, weak, and just negative. And on the other side, the opposite, positive, heads up, we look up, the eyes go up, shoulders are straight, so we bring our chest out and we have the feeling we are super strong and we are confident. And this has a huge impact not only on ourselves, of course, and I'm sure you're aware of this, that this has not only an impact on yourself and your mindset and your feelings, but also on the opponent, vice versa. So when you see someone on the other side being like this and being in a negative mental state and showing this in a negative body language, what does this actually have? What sort of effect does this have on you? I assume you think maybe by yourself, well, I'm there, I'm on his ass, and it's exactly the same the other way around. So when you have a body language like this, and maybe you're also showing your frustration with your what you're actually communicating, or when you're moaning, or when you're maybe in a conflict with let's say with a referee, or maybe your coach outside, you're shouting at him. This is something actually you can see so often nowadays with tennis players in my sport. And in moments like that, you could actually think that these pro players, they they don't actually have the awareness on their body language and what they actually are communicating towards their opponents. And for that, it's incredibly important, not only for ourselves that we have a body language that is positive, but also to show our opponent we are there, we are ready. So even though we've just maybe made some easy mistakes and we should actually or could be frustrated, we don't want to show this. We don't want to show this. What we need is a poker face. And not only in our face, but also, of course, in our whole posture. So when we have and when we can sustain a positive posture, this has a huge impact also on our opponent. Because at some point, he wants us to break, or he wants us to show some negativity and some frustration, disappointment. But if we don't do it, this has an impact on him, also on his mindset, because he thinks, man, I can do whatever I want. On the other side, nothing is happening. I don't see any reaction. And this can have a huge impact on him then, or on her. So always bear in mind, it's important to have this kind of poker face as far as possible. And even if you at some point, maybe you have the feeling, I need to shout now, I need to let it out. I need to get rid of these negative emotions or thoughts that I have in my mind right now. Then do it just for a split second, but then come back. Go back in your positive posture, your positive body language. And always bear in mind, this has a huge impact on yourself and on the opponent. Another point when talking about body language is that we need to bear in mind that body language can have an effect, and it's like a vicious circle. Because we have the body, we have the mind, and we have the emotions. And this is like a triangle. And this needs to be in balance during competition. So if our body language is bad, this has also a negative impact on our emotions and our mind. And it's the same the other way around. So it's vice versa. When we have negative thoughts, this has an impact on our whole body language and our feelings. So for that, it's so important that we have a positive body language. And the great thing is, this shows us actually that we also have, that we can influence with our body language, we can influence our mindset, and we can influence our emotions. And this has been scientifically proven that when we, for example, get in a posture like this in a positive way, for example, think of Cristiano Ronaldo. So what does he do as preparation for a free kick? He always stands there, here straight. So he has his legs spread rather wide, the arms, like this next to the body. His whole, posture, his gestures, his mimic is super focused, and it's strong, and it reflects some kind of it reflects confidence. And then what does he do? Actually, before he does the free kick, he takes a deep breath. I call it a power breath. And this is something you could actually and should do before you really do what you have to do. Take a deep breath, a power breath, and this has also the effect that you get rid of all nervousness or negativity that might be still there. And by doing this, he shows the opponent, he shows the goalie, the goalkeeper, hey, listen, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna shoot this right in the right or left corner, for example, top corner. And he himself, he has this also on his mind. So by doing this and just doing it for a couple of seconds, you can try it out at home even, or in training. Try to take in a positive, a strong, a confident body language, a posture, and play with your body and try out what actually has a positive impact on me, on my feelings and my mindset, and you will feel like Superman if you do it properly, or Superwoman. And that's something I would recommend to you. Try this out at home also, work with it, and let me know in the comments below when trying it out what it did with you actually. What did it do with you, and how did you perform, and what effect did it have on you and your performance. So just to summarize this, if we don't take care of our body language, this can have a vicious circle effect, because a negative body language has a negative effect on our whole feelings, our emotions, and our mind, our mindset, our thoughts. So everything is more or less negative. And the more often we do this, or the longer we do this, the more difficult it's going to be to get out of this vicious circle. So we have to make sure that we take advantage of our, let's say, knowledge, that we know, even though maybe if I don't feel that well at the moment, or have some negative thoughts on my mind, if I do this regularly, in between, as often as possible, take in a positive posture that gives me some strength and confidence, then this has also a positive impact on your mindset and your emotions. Try it out. Let me know in the comments below how it worked. And we also need to bear in mind that it's not only that we have maybe a bad body language or negative body language right now in this moment because of something that happened in the past. So for example, you missed a few shots just in the last couple of seconds or minutes, and for that reason your body language is negative right here and now. So your body language reflects actually towards yourself and the outside world, what you are feeling right now because of what happened just a few minutes ago. But this has not only an effect on the current moment, this has also an effect on the future. So by taking in a negative body language, you're not only demonstrating or showing what you are feeling right now because of the past, but you are also influencing the future. So be very careful with that. So bear that in mind. If you don't stop the negative body language and switch to a positive body language, this will have, as we heard, this vicious circle effect, and you will actually take this on into the future. So the next couple of seconds, minutes, and maybe hours in your competition, and this will probably have a pretty negative impact on your performance. So make sure when you realize, I'm a bit negative right now, make sure that you take in a positive body language so that you can perform in a positive way in the future. And one other thing I would like to highlight is always remember and always bear in mind, as an athlete, we always also have some kind of role model. So we should be a role model athlete. So imagine, when you have kids watching you maybe during your competition, or other people, maybe it's your family and friends also, or maybe it's some coaches that are actually, or some scouts that are watching you and they want to see, because they heard about you and that you're pretty talented or good in what you're doing. But then you show a really bad body language. It's not the performance itself, it's the body language, a negative body language. And this is something, honestly, nobody wants to see. Apart from your opponents. They will be super happy if you more or less destroy yourself and pull yourself down. So always bear in mind, it's not only about ourselves, it's also about what are we actually showing. So I would suggest try to be the role model athlete. This will have a positive impact on yourself, on your opponents, in your favor, and on all the people that are watching you. So last but not least, I would like to share some tips on how you can actually work on your body language in the future. Something I would suggest is have your supporters around you, so your coach, for example, your family, maybe some friends, your teammates, and ask them to reflect you, and also to tell you when they see that your body language is maybe very positive, so that shows you, oh, I'm on the right track, or when it maybe slips to a rather negative body language, so that you can accordingly change and take in a positive posture and gesture, and have a positive body language. Another thing you could do, what's really helpful, is do some video analysis on a regular basis. So by seeing yourself, also watching yourself on a video, you can actually see right away during training or match, especially during your competitions, of course, where was the moment maybe where something went wrong from your point of view, and you can accordingly, you can adjust this in the future, improve it in the future, and do it in a better way next time. And last but not least, I would like to share an exercise with you. All you have to do is click on the Tidycal link below, arrange a free call with me, and I will share an exercise with you. I call it the Superman exercise or Superwoman exercise. I would like to share this with you for free, so that you can use this in your future competitions. All you have to do, get in touch with me, book a free call, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. My name is Steven. Thank you for watching, and see you in one of my next videos. Have a great one. Bye.